Starting off giving all glory, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, God of Israel, to the 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Latins, and Native Americans. This is your shark coming in with another lesson. Hopefully, man, hopefully I can get through it, because I don't know. Tried it the first time a few minutes ago, cut off, but the title of this lesson, man, is going to be the chip. Small but great, okay? And like the news reporter is about to tell you in this video, we ain't talking about no potato chip or no chip that you eat. We all know what chip we're talking about. And I saw this video a few days ago, a couple of days ago, and like, man, this is, it's time to bring it up because it's been brought out, starting with the elders of Great Millstone, elders and apostles. But all the brothers that speak up on this topic, this is what society is about to come to. This is what is about to be mandatory. But without further ado, I'll play this video and get right into the scriptures with it. Lock here on that. All these ads. Hopefully it's still recording. Okay.
What gave you the idea that you wanted to really be a walking computer?
So I've always been a tech enthusiast, and I always try to be on the cutting edge of.
You hear that? She said a walking computer. They could have used any other words. They look how they emphasize these words that they use.
Technology.
So that drove Brandon Delali to do what some might believe only takes place in a science fiction movie.
It gets inserted into your skin.
A chip, and not the type you eat, but a microchip, has been implanted.
See that? A microchip has been implanted. And, I'm going to get into the scripture soon with it. But one thing I want to say is, the scriptures speak about, of course, a chip implanted in your right hand and your forehead, which is true. And at the same time, people are going to be getting multiple chips in their bodies, like for different things. Like one allow you to get into your home, like this man. One to allow you to pull up your your Medicaid information, your Social Security. So these devils is gonna have chips all throughout their body. They're gonna influence it and impose it and enforce it.
In Brandon's left hand.
This one is just a little guy right there.
Yeah, I see that right there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So after that was inserted and the swelling went down, I'm able to open up the front and back door to my house. I can walk up to people and have them tap their phone to my hand and instantly transfer my contact information, my portfolio, my COVID vax card.
But Brandon got to thinking, why stop there? He's got two hands, right? And plenty of room for more chips.
So I thought, how cool would it be if I could leave my house, no car key, no house key.
So 2 weeks ago, right here in Michigan, Brandon got another chip implanted, this one in his right hand, to unlock and start his Tesla.
It's a perfect backup.
See, and this is 2 weeks ago, so this is just a modern day residential, of course, Edomite, using these small rice-sized devices to operate his everyday life, So, of course, the average American, average human, and this is neat, convenient, time saver, money saver, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But as it also says in Revelations, he that hath an ear, let him hear. We know what this actual device is. It's the MOTB. Which we'll get into that into Revelation chapter 13 and 16. Let's see. Shalaki. I'm going to start at 15. And it says, and he had the power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast be killed. And so we already know, it's going to be a division when these prophecies start getting deeper, martial law starts, coming about. Like the brother Kara was bringing out in his video. Your neighbor should, what's the word? It's like your neighbor should impose himself, force himself in your house upon your goods, spoil your goods. This is what's about to happen. But it says, I'll go back to it. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many will not worship the image of the beast be killed. And of course, the image of the beast is America, because you look in Revelations, book of Revelation chapter 13, like you go to 11, it talks about not beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. He had two horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon. It's going into old Rome, old Babylon to new Babylon. Okay, but the main point is in 16, and it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Like this guy, they don't have his name on there, but like this Edomite in Detroit did, he decided that in his life he wanted to operate differently by using chips, microchips. Okay, and where is it at? And then that even goes into Leviticus, with the tattoos, you should not cut your flesh. You should not make marks in your flesh. That's lawful. Of course, it doesn't apply to him; it applies to Israel. So, verse 16 says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." All right, and we know that number is, I say it in Spanish, those tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, 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 that's the number of the beast. And it's funny because I had just got this beard kit, I just bought it, and I look on the back of it, and it said it was distributed by, from the address was 666 East Broadway 4th Street, So that shows like these devils, they implement, who they are and what they're about and their agenda throughout everyday life. But going back to 17, it says that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the number or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, and I want to go into this article right here. Let's see. It's Richard Van Huijdonk. Dumbass Edomite name, but alright. This article, it states human microchipping, the benefits and the downsides. This is actually from April 23rd, 2017, as you can see. I'll just read a little bit from the top. It says, it has been predicted that this is the year in which we will witness the beginning of human microchipping. And for those of you who say, oh, that's 5 years ago, whatever, everybody ain't doing it. Remind you, that says the beginning. So that means when it very first started, because it was actually introduced in 1998 by I believe it has his name here, English dude. But yeah, you go down. Oh, Kevin Warwick, professor of cybernetics at Reading University in UK, was the first person to implant a chip into his arm in 1998. Okay, so it's been around, but now it's just getting started. This technology makes it possible, among other things, to instantly verify whether a person is who he says he is. So basically, identity check. Of course, they got the quote unquote advantages. Okay, you'll never have to worry about losing your wallet, easier identification, whatever. It's all things of the flesh, club memberships and shit. Like, who cares about that? Who gives a fuck about a club membership? Keeping tabs on patients, children, and animals. Criminals, who you can say they treat like animals, But look at the disadvantages. One that I really wanted to emphasize was microchips take away your freedom of choice. Okay? It says we will always have to be on our very best behavior. No more riding the bus for free, driving a little faster than we should, making up an excuse for why we got to work late. In order to serve the public, the service providers need to have more access to more information, which can also severely limit our freedom. For instance, will we still be able to choose to pay with cash money or credit card, or will we be forced to pay with our RFID implant? And speaking and letting the scripture tell it, so we revert everything back to life to the scriptures. It tells you, read that again, Revelation chapter 13, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So if you don't have this chip, then you will not make it. Okay, unless you're of the elect. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and six. Okay, that's plain because we know what the number is. So then we go to Revelation chapter 3, go to verse 8, and this is speaking on the elect, and the ones that going into the hour of temptation, the ones that will be saved from it, because remind you, it's going to be imposed upon the whole world. That one world agenda, that's what it's all about. And either you're going to, be a part of that 130 Israel that makes it out, the few, the real few, and few but chosen, But this is Revelation 3 and 8. It says, 8, I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it for you. Oh, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and has kept my word, and has not denied my name. And that's true because, as brothers, throughout all the trials and tribulations that we go through in our everyday life, we got to carry our cross, keep the works going, That's exactly why we do what we do on every day. It's exactly why I'm here now, It says, verse 9, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. All right. And that's just going into captives shall be held, the captives shall be led into captivity. We know what that is, these other nations, starting off with the dunge of the earth, Edom. Now going into verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And what's the hour of temptation? That's the mark of the beast, man. That's when they're gonna hardly impose. They're gonna impose hardship, or Jacob's trouble as well. It's gonna start with them imposing that mark because once you've sold yourself over, it's no going back. They got you, exactly what they want. Remember, the news reporter asked that man. She said, "Why do you feel that you want to be a human computer?" He feels that it just allows him to live a more convenient life, but yet it's actually because he's hearkening to the one world order. And the scriptures clearly, plain and simply tells us that the ones that hearken to the word, and keep the word in the hour of temptation, they be saved. And I'll read that again, Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right. Behold, I come quickly, hold that which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Ending in verse 11. We're going to be crowned, Think about it. I was thinking about it earlier, this is going to be glorious. When you're finally able to be redeemed from the hardships, everything that we face in this earth, we stay down the truth, diligently, do the works, and we just take what we have and we keep moving forward in it, and we're gonna be redeemed, through Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. But I just wanted to bring that out, speaking up on the the CHIP that we all know about, the ones that have actual understanding. You know, because it's coming, man. And now it's time to get prepared for it. You know, hearken more into the word. But with that, we end it. Giving our glory, our praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shah. That Shalom.